Hi, I'm Mark. I've been asked to talk briefly about how God has helped me be peaceful in lockdown. I've been married to Miriam for 17 years now and have two amazing children that are both growing up very fast and are now in secondary school. I work for a marketing company building web applications for a large organisation in the Midlands, and I'm responsible for the technical direction of that development, as well as leading teams of developers and line managing a number of people too. That role at times can be particularly stressful and pressured. The need to manage many different priorities from the needs of the client to the team. This means that every day I need a coping mechanism to manage that. Lockdown has added to that. No longer do we have an office full of people. It's gone from a bustling workplace to this, and home working with setups like this. Now that we are remote, I need to check on people who are no longer visible. Some people could have issues with working, looking after small children, whilst at the other end of the scale there are developers living by themselves that don't have any social interaction. There has been the impact of furlough, job losses, fear of illness, so there's been plenty from a work perspective to disrupt that peace. One thing we have to be thankful for is our children have pretty much just got on with their work, sometimes in unusual ways. It's still been far from an easy ride, but fortunately they have good friends and they speak to them regularly, which keeps that level of normality. Lockdown has meant a significant restriction in what we can normally do. So no commuting meant more free time. However, it also, because of that lockdown, we had less things to do with that free time. So I began to use the lack of the commute to walk to my new place of work, which is my house. Each morning, I would leave the house and go for a walk or run around the local park. Sometimes listening to a devotional, sermon, worship song, or just listening to the world around me. Life is always so busy that I feel it's important to stop, listen, and look at the world around us. The trees blowing in the wind, the birds singing in the morning, or a golden sunrise. Back when my first child was born, I took up photography, which at the time she was my main focus of attention. But as our children grew up, I moved on to landscape photography. This gave me the reason to focus more on the moment, slow down, and focus on the world around me. I love landscape photography as it gives me the chance to visit new places, get up stupidly early in the morning to take sunrise photos, or just to walk around the local woods. This is where I can get away from the stresses of the day and focus on the beauty of God's creation. When walking by some water or a stream in a quiet, still place, it reminds me of Psalm 23. You, Lord, are my shepherd. I will never be in need. You let me rest in fields of green pasture. You lead me to streams of peaceful water, and you refresh my life. I find it helpful that the world around me can provide these prompts and brings God back to the front of my mind. Another thing that I've recently taken an interest in, which has me in awe of the universe that God has created, is astrophotography. A fancy word for taking photos of the stars, galaxies and planets. Since lockdown has eased, I've been able to get out on the odd clear night, gaze at the stars and appreciate the sheer awesomeness of the night sky. God provides us with many things around us. Sometimes they're obvious and sometimes you have to look a little harder. So looking at the stars, you might see one or two in our light polluted town. But take the time for your eyes to adjust to the dark or use a camera and you will see that there's so much more of God's beauty out there. I just love the thought of what was said in Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. And then on the first day, God said, "Let there be light," and the light was good. He didn't just stop there. Everything around us was created by him. And so every day, we can look at the world around us and see the sheer awesomeness of God. Beautiful seas, rolling hills, the birds around us, and the people that we love. So how has God helped me be at peace? He has created a world and a universe with so much of interest and diversity for us all to enjoy and get immersed into. Thank you.